Hey folks, Mike Johnson here. If it's got wheels and an engine, you're in the right place. On this channel, we dive into car repairs, maintenance tips, and everything you need to keep your ride running smooth. If you're into cars and want to keep learning, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. All right, enough talking. Let's get into
Due to their purpose and location, constant velocity, CV, joints have a high failure rate. Joints continually move up and down as part of the vehicle's undercarriage, where they are exposed to rocks and other road debris. Chances are you'll encounter a faulty CV joint during your driving career. Worn joints are usually accompanied by symptoms such as strange noises, vibrations and grease leaks. Front-wheel drive cars, as well as many four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive vehicles, use a pair of CV axles to transfer power to the front drive wheels. What is a CV joint? Although CV joints are sometimes used in other applications, they are mainly used as flexible couplings in CV axle assemblies. Front-wheel drive cars, as well as many four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive vehicles, use a pair of CV axles to transfer power to the front drive wheels. In a front-wheel drive vehicle, the CV axles connect the transaxle to the wheel hubs. The engine's rotational force is transferred to the transaxle, which in turn transfers this force to the CV axles. The CV axles then turn the wheel hubs, which serve as mounting points for the wheel and tire assemblies. Each CV axle has an internal and external constant velocity joint. The joints allow the CV axle shaft to move up and down as the vehicle travels over bumps. In addition, the outer joints pivot to allow the front wheels to turn. Although there are a variety of different constant velocity joint designs, Mazeppa, tripod, etc. in use today, they are all similar in that they contain some type of bearing assembly that allows movement. There are also rubber boots filled with grease to protect the homokinetic joints. Grease lubricates the joints and is essential to their longevity. Symptoms of a faulty constant velocity joint. When CV joints fail, they can cause a variety of problems. External CV joints generally wear out faster than internal ones, as they operate at more extreme angles. But both types of joints can eventually deteriorate, and when they do, you're likely to notice one or more of the following symptoms. Abnormal noises. Defective constant velocity joints often cause abnormal noises. Worn external constant velocity joints usually make a clicking or popping sound when the vehicle is cornering and accelerating. On the other hand, defective internal constant velocity joints usually make a thumping noise during acceleration and deceleration. Grease leakage. A torn or damaged CV boot usually leads to grease leakage. The CV joint is often damaged when the bellows fail, because when grease leaks out, dirt and debris can penetrate. In addition, grease loss also results in a lack of lubrication, usually leading to premature seal failure. External constant velocity joints generally wear out faster than internal joints, as they operate at more extreme angles. How to diagnose a faulty CV joint? Many different problems can mimic a bad CV joint. What's more, it can be difficult to determine which joint is causing problems. Before you run out and buy a new CV axle assembly to replace the joint, it's a good idea to do some diagnostic work first. Wondering how to tell which CV joint is defective? The following tips will help you answer that question. Perform a visual inspection. The first step is a visual inspection. If the bellows of the constant velocity joint is torn and leaking grease, there's a good chance that the joint is also defective. Most professionals will replace the entire axle to remedy the problem. Take it for a test drive. If the boots and seals look okay, the next thing you'll want to do is road test the vehicle in a parking lot. To look for a noisy, worn external constant velocity joint, put the car in reverse. Then turn the steering wheel all the way to one side and drive backwards in a circle. Turn the steering wheel in the other direction and repeat the process. If you hear a loud click or pop, there's a good chance that an external CV joint is worn. To check for a worn, noisy internal constant velocity joint, drive the vehicle in reverse, successively accelerating and decelerating. If there's a pronounced rattling noise, there's a good chance that an internal joint is worn. You can save money by replacing the CV axle yourself if you have the tools and know-how. Most replacement CV axles cost between €75 and €200. Of course, the exact price will depend on various factors, such as the year, make and model of your vehicle. Noise from CV joint. Defective CV joint. In conclusion, Diagnosing constant velocity joint noise is essential for maintaining the performance and safety of your vehicle. By paying attention to the symptoms, such as clicking or popping sounds during turns, and conducting a thorough inspection of the joints and surrounding components, you can identify potential issues early on. Remember to check for any signs of wear or damage and consider seeking professional assistance if you're unsure. Addressing these problems promptly can save you time and money in the long run, ensuring a smoother and safer driving experience. Thank you for watching, and we hope this guide helps you keep your vehicle in top condition.